I'm back and I've got another Cambridge weight plan video for you. You guys love these videos, so I'm just going to keep filming them. And so many of you have messaged me on Instagram and Facebook and in the comments here as well to ask questions and advice and all about my own journey of Cambridge weight plan. So I wanted to film another video. This one's more my kind of tips and tricks on how to lose weight with Cambridge weight plan, but I'll cover some other things as well. So let's get started. To give you context, if you haven't already watched my original video, make sure you go and watch that first, because it tells you a little bit more about why I decided to lose weight, my kind of mindset before starting Cambridge weight plan, and the kind of journey that I went on during losing the 3 stone. And then I also posted another video about a month ago about why I'm going on Cambridge weight plan again. So go and watch that one as well. So I think it's really important to remember though, to give context, that I was not happy at the weight that I was at before. I was miserable, I was low in confidence, I was having panic attacks, my anxiety was very bad, and for years I'd struggled with my weight and had tried all different diets. I had tried Slimming World and Weight Watchers before this diet, but they hadn't quite worked for me. So for me, Cambridge weight plan, even though drastic, was kind of not a last ditch attempt, because I wasn't just going to stay this weight for ages, forever. But it was a chance for me to really change my mindset. And one thing that another fellow vlogger, SJ Stram, said in one of her videos, that it was like a bit of a mind shift that made her go onto Cambridge weight plan. She finally realised that she was worth losing weight. I think when you are heavier than you want to be, you're overweight, I think it's bad for your mental health in some ways. And I'll note here, some people love the weight that they are and they are bigger sizes, and that's fine and that's perfect for them. But for me, it wasn't making me happy and I was miserable because of it. I realised that I wanted to lose weight for me. I didn't want to do it for Theo or for family or for friends or anything like that. I wanted to lose the weight for me, and finally feel happy and confident for once. Like, I'd struggled with my weight since I was, I don't know, 9. When I went to secondary school and started, all I can remember of my secondary school day photos, like the first day that you go to secondary school, is that I was plump. And that's fine, because my mum told me for years that it was just puppy fat. But the truth is it wasn't puppy fat, and it's because I wasn't being careful with what I was eating. I was eating too much in certain meals, and I wasn't exercising enough, and I put a lot of weight on while I was at secondary school. It was only after being bullied in year 7, I think, where I was so miserable from being bullied that I actually lost some of the puppy fat, because I just stopped eating, which isn't great either, and that was detrimental to my mental health, and it still is today. But I think it's important to note that this was a good thing for me, and since it's made me happier, more confident. It's changed my outlook on life, it's changed my attitude on life. In some ways it's made me feel less materialistic, in terms of realising that food and eating out and takeaway, that kind of, the way that it's glamorised these days, it wasn't necessary for me to join in on that. And that food was a fuel, primarily, and as long as I was eating the right amount of calories and the right nutrients every day, that I was good to go. And yeah, so I think that gives you context, but I have waffled a lot. But anyway, I'm going to go into some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way after doing it for about 4 months, having a little break over Christmas, and then now I am back on it again. So I've been on it for 4 weeks, again, with my holiday to Cyprus coming up at the end of May. So I've got 4 weeks now to lose the stone. Well, no, sorry, I had 8 weeks to lose the stone. I've lost nearly half a stone, so I've got half a stone to lose in 4 weeks, which is more than possible. That's less than £1.5 a week, which on a healthy diet and cutting out processed carbohydrates is more than possible. So yeah, my top tip number 1, water. The amount of water I drink these days is insane. I go through probably 3 to 4 litres of water a day. The first reason for this is because I drink quite a lot of water anyway. Second, it's great for my skin. I get quite a lot of adult acne. So thinking about food again. Drinking water is really great for me. It gets me going. I have a pint of water in the morning, gets me up, gets me thriving to start the day, and then I'm constantly drinking water throughout the day. Since going on Cambridge Weight Plan, I've also noticed a massive difference in my skin. My acne's got way better, and I do credit that to both eating more healthy and to drinking the amount of water that I'm drinking each day. I'm back, and you probably didn't even notice I was gone, but I've been gone for about 30 minutes because my friggin' battery died, didn't it? But anyway, I should have checked that before I started recording. But yeah, I think I was on point number 2. If I completely ruin this now, I'm so sorry. But yeah, point number 2, focus. The biggest thing for me has been learning that I needed to change my habits, my eating habits, and my lifestyle as well. And everything just kind of comes with that as you start your journey. The minute I started Cambridge Weight Plan, I was sleeping better, my mental health improved, my acne cleared up, I was more confident and happy, as I keep saying again and again, but it's so true and I can't reiterate that more. I'm just so happy that I found Cambridge Weight Plan and have been able to stay on track, because not everybody finds Cambridge Weight Plan the right diet for them. I know people that have tried it and hated it and have got on far better with Slimming World, but for me Cambridge Weight Plan was perfect, and it enabled me to lose the weight that I'd wanted to lose for years. So I'm really happy with the outcome. But the focus, sorry about the focus, I keep going off topic, so super sorry if I keep waffling. It's finding yourself in that mindset where you want to lose weight, like you're putting everything into it, and that was the situation I got into, and why probably Cambridge Weight Plan worked for me. I don't know whether it was Cambridge Weight Plan or whether my mindset, probably a little bit of both, but it really helped me to understand my body, my mind, what food I actually needed to fuel myself on my day-to-day going around. What's the word? My brain's not working today. I've just got home from work and I'm exhausted, and it's Wednesday evening, but it's Good Friday this week, so tomorrow's Friday, so we'll take it. We'll let ourselves go a little bit loose tonight. I might have another glass of wine. But anyway, off topic. I keep waffling. Your first week is the hardest, and I think that's the thing to remember. The first week is incredibly hard, and I don't want to sugarcoat the first week or even the first month, to be honest, because it's putting your body into shock, and it's telling your body, one week you're eating 2,000 calories a day, the next week you're eating 600 calories a day, and obviously your body's going to react to that. So the first week, make sure you've got a pretty free week, you don't have any plans, whether you're at work or not. Make sure that you have space and time to relax, to just mentally be able to deal with the diet and everything else that comes with that, because you will start to feel worse before you start to feel better. The first week you're likely to have headaches, you might feel a little bit dizzy potentially if you've been on a high sugar diet before and then got on to the Cambridge Weight Plan, where you are basically having limited carbohydrates and limited sugar. You may feel sick, you may get tired a lot easier, you'll be exhausted effectively. So I think it's really important that you're not too hard on yourself in the first 1 to 3 weeks ish. When I hit my 3rd week, I found it so much easier. My energy levels shot through the roof. and that's when my skin cleared up and I started to see a difference, because within 3 weeks I'd lost around about 9 pounds. So obviously I was already seeing a huge difference with my weight, and I think that then spurs you on for the following months, because the minute you start to see the weight falling off, and if like me it makes you happier to be lighter, that's just how it is. I use that as a way to power through, and that's what I always tell myself even now when I'm going out for drinks with friends, or going out for dinner with Theo, or going to a barbecue, or going on holiday. I obviously travel a lot. The one thing I have to remember that is I never want to slip back into that weight, so I just have to be super careful and keep my focus throughout. I think it's like with anything, like with work, you're constantly focused because you're focusing on a goal, and I think that's the same for weight loss. So number 2 is focus. Number 3 is trust the plan. So I've been a bit naughty with the plan. I've gone off plan every now and again, but I think it's important to know that Cambridge Weight Plan have done all this research, and it's not for fun. It's to show you that if you stick to their plan, you can lose the weight that you want to lose. I started off with step 1, and that's where you simply, all you eat is 3 Cambridge Weight Plan meals a day, and that, I found that a lot easier to stick to plan in the first 2 months I was on step 1. So I was on a really low calorie diet for the first at least 4 to 6 weeks. But I think it's so important, you need to stick to plan, and you need to remember that you're doing it for a reason. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, don't have days off. Stick to the plan, don't have days off, and don't overthink it. Just do it from the beginning when you're on step 1. If you go off plan, you'll really struggle to get back on plan, trust me. And I found that a lot once I came off step 1 and went on to step 3 and 4 and 5. The more kind of normal food I allowed myself, the harder it was to stick to plan, because you've just got all this food in front of you all the time, which you can build into your diet, but it's just about not eating too much of it, or not eating the high carb, high sugar, high fat content foods as well. But it's so worth it, so just stick to your plan. Number 4 is motivation. Do a before and after picture. I've done that. I haven't shared it anywhere because I didn't feel comfortable with my before picture, but I probably will post an after picture in Cyprus this May, so stay tuned on my Instagram to see that if you fancy seeing me in a bikini. But yeah, take a before and after picture and use that as motivation. Stick it on the fridge, on your mirror in your bedroom, and use that as a way for you to remind yourself why you're doing this. Because it's not easy, it's fucking hard. Come on, like, it's so hard to change your habits and your lifestyle, especially when food is so incredible. Tastes bloody good. It's hard to stay on plan, and so you need a little bit of motivation, I think. And for me with Cyprus, it's really good because I've got a goal. It may be harder if you're just doing it with no kind of holiday or trip or special occasion that you're looking forward to. So maybe if you set yourself a goal, and what you'll do with your Cambridge Weight Plan consultant anyway is to set yourself a weight goal, but I think it's maybe also important to set yourself an event goal, so something where you need to be ready in whatever way that word means to you, to hit your weight goal, because then there's no looking back and you've got to hit that goal. Five, last one, be easy on yourself. I realise I just said stick to plan and put up photos around the house of you when you were your heaviest, but the biggest thing you've got to remember is that you're doing this for you, you're doing this for your happiness, and the results at the end of it is what you're doing it for. So during the days when it's hard, both in the first 4 weeks and after, I've had days recently where I felt real crap, especially since I've done my first 2 to 3 weeks of Cambridge again, and you just have to keep reminding yourself what you're doing this for. You're doing it for you, hopefully, and you're doing it to be more happy, to be confident, and to start living life to the full, and I think that's the most important thing. If you've got any questions for me, just drop a comment below. You can also find me on Instagram as well, and I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions. It's at Sophie's Suitcase Travel, where I post a lot of content about travel, well-being, and my journey through this as well. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, like my video if you do like what you see, and yeah, comment below. I'd love to hear your questions, or even just your stories and your journey through either thinking about doing Cambridge Weight Plan, if you're midway through your journey at the moment, or you've just finished and you're super happy with the results. More than happy to answer your questions and get chatting.